All right. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for coming back to Marvin and Alexis Fitness. As always, this is Marvin here, accompanied by Eric Sandoval, Eric Mandoval, aka my little brother.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to part 2 of the Q&A. We're really happy to be finally able to do this. Sorry for the long wait. We've been busy. It's crazy that we live with each other, but we barely see each other because we're like crazy busy all the time.
Always.
So, to kick off our questions,
Part 2,
Taylor Van Pelt 2 asks, what are both of your favorite and least favorite things about YouTube? I'll start with the positive. My favorite part is definitely the people that we get to engage with every single day, the people who comment on our videos, people that we comment and like talk to on a daily basis outside of YouTube, whether it be through Snapchat, Twitter. It really gives it a sense of community and family and like actual friendship outside of the walls of YouTube. So I think it's the community.
What I love is the fact that you're able to see different aspects of people's lives, and some people are very transparent, some people aren't, but I think it's really cool that you're able to see what people are like in their daily lives. And not only that, but like the community, like Marvin says, I think we're able to communicate with so many people that we would never be able to outside of YouTube, because I feel like sometimes we're so limited with the things that we have around us, and using YouTube is a great way for us to connect with people outside of our community. So I think that's pretty cool.
I think my least favorite thing is, it's one thing to have inspiration from each other's channels and like work off each other's ideas. I think that's the whole point of creating a community. But I think my least favorite thing is when you start seeing people trying to be someone else. I think it's really important to stay genuine to who you are. Like, I'm really goofy and awkward, and in real life I am still goofy and awkward. It's true. But I'm very positive, and like, I am who I am, and I wouldn't change myself to be like another YouTuber or someone else. I don't want to be known as like the X version of someone else, like the Spanish version of someone. Like, I want to be myself. I want to be known for my type of videos. And I think one thing that Eric and I have done a really good job of establishing is that we have a different style of YouTubing. Like, we make our videos in a different fashion. Eric takes a different way. I take a completely different route. We could possibly be filming the same workout, but it's a different video. And I think it's one thing to be genuine and different and stick to who you are and not try to rip off someone else. Try not to be someone else or be in some sort of variation of someone else. Be who you are and be yourself. Don't be someone else. I think that's my least favorite thing, personally.
So what I think is, you know, my least favorite thing about YouTube is probably going to be the fact that sometimes people who watch YouTube videos, they feel like they have to, you know, be that kind of person, and sometimes it can be, instead of motivating, it can be demotivating. Some people can, you know, watch YouTube videos and be like, oh wow, like I wish I could be like that, instead of using it for like a motivation, and instead it's bringing you down. Same thing with social media. I feel like social media does that a lot nowadays. People, you know, post so many, sorry, kind of like,
you good?
Am I?
We're good? We're good.
People post so many things on like Instagram of only their highlights and, you know, the highlights of their, you know, life, but they're not really posting things that they would, you know, do that's, you know, just them on their bad days. It's only them on their good days. So I feel like YouTube sometimes, same exact thing, you can just edit parts that you don't want people to see.
And I think to build off that, I think it's, you know, as YouTubers now, I guess, people want to show the good side of their days. And like, comparison, I think, is the worst thing you can do, comparing yourself to another person or saying like, wow, they have the perfect life, or thinking like that. I think that's like the worst thing you can do, because like, you guys only see what we like put out there. We try to incorporate all aspects on all other parts of our social media. Like, we have bad days too. No one's perfect, and I think to assume that we have this perfect life, or to think that anybody has a perfect life, I think that's the worst thing that you can do, because no one does. We all face our own struggles, and you know, I think we're very upfront about our own demons. Like, Eric, you've dealt with, you know, your whole weight loss and the psychological issues and barriers that comes with. I have my anxiety and depression. It is a part of who I am. Is it something that I learned to deal with better on a daily basis? It is, but I don't want you guys to see all the good. I mean, this is real life. Like, this is life. We're working every day.
We ain't happy all the time.
Yeah.
It happens.
You can't be. And we look for the little things in every day, and I try to be positive and as engaging with everyone. So, like, just share the wealth of happiness and joy. Everyone.
Enjoy it all.
Taylor also asks, what are your favorite quotes?
Ooh, there's nothing to it but to do it, Coach Rob.
I'm not a big fan of quotes. I don't know a lot, but if I were to choose one, comparison is the thief of joy. A trial is when a jury decides which side has the best side of lawyers. Do right and kill everything.
Drake.
Know yourself, know your worth. Also Drake. I'm not superstitious, I'm just a little stitious. Michael Scott. Miss 100% of the shots that you... No, I don't know.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Michael Scott. Jennifer Vasquez. Hi, Jen! I miss you. She's my friend from Texas. She was in Austin. Hopefully I see you when I'm traveling in Texas this fall.
Hi, Jen.
Jen asks, how do you maintain a workout, and social life? How do we balance that?
I think it's really hard, especially from someone who, okay, for example, this summer, I had to take 2 online courses, one in class, which was anatomy and physiology. I'm a personal trainer, so my schedule is my client's schedule, so it's really hard for me to manage my time. I think it's possible. It can be frustrating, but sometimes you really need to take the time to take a step back and know what you're capable of doing and not capable of doing. Because if you put yourself in too many things and thinking, oh, okay, I'll block it out and I'll do something during this time, then I'll do something during that time, but then I'll have this amount of time to rest. But will you? I mean, there's so many things that you can do, and you feel like you can do it, but it may take a toll on you. So just take a step back and find out what you can and can't do. That's, my biggest tip.
And I also think a big part is prioritizing, knowing what's most urgent, what needs to be done first, but also just having a healthy and good time management, like, skill base. I mean, mine was pretty simple this whole summer. It was just work out at 5:30, go to work at 8:30, go to class at 6 o'clock, and like Monday to Thursday it sucked, but it's only for now. This is not forever. Yeah, did I have to sacrifice a little bit? Of course, but it's for my education, it's for my job, and I love to lift. So like, yeah, sometimes you're gonna have to make some really sucky decisions. It's just the nature of it, but just know that you're doing it for like a good reason. That was Monday through Thursday. I try to have like a social life on the weekends and do things. Still doing that, it's still hard with so many other things going on outside of the YouTube world. I think I covered basically everything that I did in a previous video, stressed out. But we're really busy outside of YouTube. YouTube and powerlifting is not all the things that we do. If we had more time, I'm sure that we would be able to do more stuff for YouTube and like grow our channels, but we're so like involved.
We have a life.
We have a life like outside of YouTube. We do a lot, like more than you possibly could think of. Like, our life is not easy.
Yeah.
We work really hard.
We live together. We're literally like, I could knock on my door or my wall and Marvin could probably hear it, but we never see each other because we're always busy.
It took us so long to get to this video. Like, we live with each other, but we never see each other. Monday through Thursday, I'm like a ghost. Like, I'm only here at like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm in bed by 9 o'clock. Eric is working at night, Eric works on the weekends, Eric is training clients, Eric like is doing other things too. And I am as well. Like, we're both caught up on opposite schedules. So like, yeah, we live with each other, we never see each other. That's why it took us so long.
Yeah, I was so stressed out with that anatomy and physiology course. Man, do not ever take anatomy and physiology in the summer.
And do not be related to anyone taking that, or else you will be learning along with them. I was helping Eric with flashcards this whole entire summer.
It was miserable. It was horrible.
But worth it.
We made it though.
And here we are. RageFit Drew! I'm gonna get to your Nutella challenge.
Man.
Are you doing that with me?
We should.
The day after the meet?
After the meet. Because I'm trying to make weight, boy.
Yeah, we're trying to make weight, boy.
We're trying to make weight.
Boy. But RageFit, if you don't follow him, he does some crazy food challenges. Go check him out. I'll leave his description down below because he's my dude. RageFit asks, do you like Pop-Tarts? Yes.
What kind? Hold on, let's say it on there. Okay. Hold on, think about. Oh man, what's the name? 1. But I think there's a flavor, so don't make fun of me if it's not. Alright, ready? 1. Wait, do you know it?
I do.
2. 3.
Cherry.
Brown sugar. Cherry?
Yeah, cherry's really good.
Alright.
RageFit also asks, top 3 bands besides the Backstreet Boys.
Man, I listen to the same music all the time. Oh no. Bands? You go first. You know more music about. Marvin is a musician.
Yeah, I go crazy. I love hunting for music. That's like one of my favorite like pastimes. When I'm on the road, I just look for bands. But my favorite bands, I think of all time, I would have to say number 1, Anberlin. Anberlin is one of my favorite bands of all time. I'm so heartbroken that I never got to see them on tour, but still a great band. 2, Chiodos. Chiodos is like one of my like high school, like college bands. They're like pretty hardcore. I love Chiodos. And I think 3, I love A Day to Remember.
Oh man. Alright guys.
21 Pilots is also really good. Bring Me the Horizon is also very good. The Devil Wears Prada is also very good.
That's a lot.
That's a hard.
I'm gonna keep it simple. I like Panic at the Disco because that was literally like our first band.
That was our first concert.
We went with our uncle. That was pretty. That was weird. That I like Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy's golden, and Avenged Sevenfold, and Breaking Benjamin.
Oh, My Chemical Romance.
Or My Chemical Romance. If you're feeling emotional. Oh, that's my PR song.
Yeah, that is Cemetery Drive.
It gets emotional sometimes.
All right, so Taylor Van Pelt also again. What? I think this might be on your channel,
maybe
or my channel. Question number 1: what's Luna's story?
Man, I don't know if you guys are ready for this. I don't know.
Luna was a low-key drug lord out in Arizona.
She went through a lot to get to Arizona. She was born and raised in Cuba.
But for real though, actually, our mom's friend was flying out to Colombia and she had 2 dogs, and she could only take one, and she took one, and the other one was, of course, not Luna. And Luna was actually supposed to be abandoned, like a dog left on the street. Her name originally was Abigail. Yeah, I think we had this conversation.
I don't remember.
Well, Eric just learned Luna's real name. Luna was Abigail, and my mom like felt bad, and we always wanted a dog. And then I remember one day my mom called us and was like, "So, do you guys want a dog?" And we were like, "What? For real?"
Because we always asked for a dog, and she never wanted to get us one. And then randomly she asked us if we wanted a dog. We're like, what?
Like, yeah, we want one. And then one day my mom just came home with Luna one day, and it was weird. Like, it was really cool, but like I've never taken care of a dog. I didn't know like what to do. But it's a learning process, and honestly, like I remember at first, like when Luna was a part of her family, she would cry, and we got her when she was 1 year old. And
how old is she? She's turning 4.
Yeah, she's turned 4.
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember my parents were like, did not like her. My dad did not like her. My grandparents thought like she was a nuisance. Now she's like a member of the family. Like when Luna gets a haircut, it gets super quiet, and everybody misses her. Like I asked my grandparents the other day, like, do you love Luna? And they're like, yeah, she's like a daughter, and like she's been nothing but a great dog to us. I think we're really fortunate to have Luna as our first dog.
She's the best. The best.
Super cute. Next question.
Weight that is heavy for me right now is not really heavyweight. Does that make sense? My squat PR is 135. Are knee sleeves still needed? I think she's asking, should you need knee sleeves for 135? Even though it's heavy for her, it's not heavy for her. She's saying, but I feel like she's.
It's all relative.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I never used knee sleeves until Eric got them for me. I think they're super helpful for warming up, especially when you're going to like the heavier weights. Are they needed? I mean, I don't think it's necessary, but it's definitely preferred. I don't squat without them anymore. I feel like they're just a tool, and they're very helpful. Maybe you need a knee sleeve or two.
I think that I think everyone should be using knee sleeves, not one because it adds assistance, but for safety. Knee sleeves are used to compress your leg or your knee for when you're squatting, so it allows more blood flow and allows you to squat in a safer position, because squatting with 135 pounds on your back isn't something your body is used to. So putting your knee under that pressure is going to be needed with some you want to compress that. You want to make sure that you're safe. That's what I'm trying to get to. But is it needed? No. Can you do it? Yes. Should you do it? Probably. I definitely think that you should use those knee sleeves. It'll come helpful to you in the future.
Next question from Carlos Salcido Fitness. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? So we were previously asked, where do we see ourselves in 10 years? 10 years, I'll be 34. Eric will be
31.
Going 31. But in 5 years, I'll be 29 and you'll be 25, going on 26. Yeah, so where do I see myself in 5 years? So kind of short term. Hopefully, well, I'll be done with my master's degree. Possibly going for another master's degree. Maybe a doctorate, depending on where I'm working. I'd love to continue and maybe get a doctorate in higher education. I don't know. But hopefully making more money. Maybe dating someone. But as of right now, single as a Pringle.
In 5 years, I'll be 26. I'll be graduating when I'm 22, 23. I'll probably be graduating from grad school, hopefully being a nurse practitioner and making that dough as a practitioner and practicing some nursing. So, yeah, probably graduating from nursing school. Something in life.
No big deal.
I don't think anything too special. Probably still living home. This is my room. So in 5 years, this is
Probably
still gonna be in my room.
Bless Eclipse asks us,
Bless
what's your favorite color? Blue. Enrico Incarnati, again, my boy. Rico. Would you recommend knee sleeves and powerlifting shoes to help powerlifting? Yes.
That's a very specific question. Question. Would powerlifting equipment assist powerlifting? Yes. Yes, my friend.
I actually didn't know that the lifting shoes that I have were only meant for like squat and bench. When I first started, Rob looked at me and was like, why are you wearing squat shoes or like powerlifting shoes while you deadlift? I was like, oh, because powerlifting. But make sure like you have a flat shoe for your deadlift. Make sure you have a little bit of heel for your squat and for your bench press if that's what you prefer. Some people don't. I do. Knee sleeves, again, I think we just covered that. It was super helpful for me, definitely keeping blood flow. I've had hip problems, and if you have knee problems, like during the winter, for me, when it gets really cold, my knees get super sensitive and achy. So that could also be a super helpful thing. So I would recommend them.
Yeah.
Next question. What is your favorite powerlifting movement and why?
Oh man.
You go first.
Out of the big three, I think squatting. Honestly, since our coach has gotten us into literally squatting every single day, my favorite movement is the squat.
The squat. Yeah, I agree. The squat. That was something that I was super like, what's the word I'm looking for? Insecure about. First starting off, my squat was super weak. I kind of hurt my back in early February, still kind of dealing with a little bit of ache pain now, but I was super nervous about squatting heavy. Like the thought of 3 plates really freaked me out. I was like psyching myself out, and Eric would constantly tell me like, dude, you're stronger than you think you are. You're capable of doing so much more. And like, you have to get outside your comfort zone, and squatting every single day, I was like super like iffy about that at first, but now like it's normal. Like I can't see myself not squatting every day. I think squat is such an important movement that really helps you with your other big lifts. Like if you can squat heavy, your bench is gonna go up. And I think it's just Wolf's Law. The more that you put pressure, like the more that you're going to adapt. And if you can do that with your legs, squatting, your testosterone is gonna just go through the roof. It's gonna help with deadlifts too. And I think if you're squatting conventional, you can, you know, if I'm wrong.
Squatting conventional?
No, squatting will help your conventional deadlift. It'll carry over much more than a sumo. Like I tried doing sumo, I can't do it. I don't understand how Eric does it. Like for me, like it doesn't make sense. It's like calculus. But conventional, I think squat is just like the best because it's the one that carries over and everything.
Yeah, I think, you know, I used to do sumo, but ever since I started squatting every day, I started doing conventional just because doing sumo, you need to have a really strong, you know, glute and a hamstring, and squatting every day, your quads tend to dominate over that a lot. So I think conventional definitely is getting, you know, a lot more comfortable. Squatting, I just think is awesome. You were about to say empowering, and I was gonna stop you and say it is empowering, because if you think about it, it's like having so much weight on your shoulders. Like if you're ever stressed out, will you stand back up, or you'll let it tumble you down and crumble you?
I also think squatting is like, I think the one that people freak out the most about. It's one thing to bench or deadlift, but you have so much weight on your shoulders. Like, it's a scary movement. Like, it takes a lot of,
you
like...
You could literally die.
Yeah, it could kill you. Like, it is... I think it's the hardest movement to be confident on. Like, people can deadlift, like, I get that. People can bench press, like, forever. But, like, it takes a lot of cojones to, like, put over 350 pounds on your back and just drop it low and get it back up.
Drop it, drop low, girl, drop it, drop low, girl, drop it, drop low, girl, drop it, drop low, girl.
I think it's the most difficult and I think the most like feared movement. But I think that since we squat every day, it makes it seem like just another movement. Like, don't get me wrong, squatting heavy is still freaky because it's your legs. Like, you use those every day. Like, if something were to happen to your legs, you won't walk. So I think squat because it's the most intimidating one, but I think it's the one that we've like really learned to love. I think it's one of our favorite movements now. Hands down. Next question. Jason Robinson. What's up, Jay? Jason.
You.
How long have you guys been lifting? How long have you been lifting?
Oh, well, I started exercising when I was overweight, and I was going to freshman year of high school. Wow. And that was doing a thing called PEP. It was like Performance Enhancement Program. And that was brutal. That was like literally doing HIIT for an hour. But I think I started back when I was a freshman back in high school. So I have some experience doing it for quite a while, doing a lot of Olympic lifts, especially since I did football.
See, I never did the sports. I started my freshman, like about the same time as Eric, so freshman entering my sophomore year, that's when I was my heaviest, and a lot of that was really like the Stairmaster. I didn't start lifting until maybe my junior year, where I started like incorporating movements. I had like a trainer for a while, he helped me. I started doing like Rugged Maniac. I did a lot of P90X throughout college because just like time constraints. So if I started like, let's say my sophomore year of high school, it's been about 8 years now, 8-9 years of lifting. So a while. And last question, what is your favorite supplement?
Ooh, C4. C4 is like my go-to pre-workout, and I'm a little crazy on that because I add like 100 milligrams of caffeine per scoop. But yeah, C4 because it tastes bomb.
I think mine, I think, hold on, I gotta double check. You know how
clearly isn't your favorite supplement.
No, I like it a lot. I just forget the name because I confuse it with the other one.
Legend?
No. So, Dr. Jekyll. I like Dr. Jekyll a lot. I feel like Mr. Hyde is a really strong pre-workout, but there's just too much caffeine. And I feel like once I get off of the like workout, I start to like get really anxious. Like today when we were watching the video and like eating and there were sounds going on, like I felt super anxious. Or Dr. Jekyll for me is one of those like, it hits you right when you need it. It doesn't have too much caffeine as Mr. Hyde does. And it's perfect. It has a good amount of citrulline malate. It's really good in beta-alanine. That's probably my favorite. Like, if I were to choose like an ingredient that is my favorite, is beta-alanine. I love the tingling sensation. I think it's one of the best things that you can have for yourself. So I would say Dr. Jekyll. Dr. Jekyll.
Dr. Jekyll.
Or Ghost Legend pre-workout.
Oh, that's also new.
The blue raspberries are really, really good flavor.
It's expensive though.
It's really expensive. I mean, if you use a coupon code, it brings it down to about $36.
And you gotta pay shipping.
But you gotta pay shipping, so it's about $46. So I got it. But that is all of the questions. Can you believe it?
We're done.
Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching it. If you haven't seen part 1, definitely go check it out on Eric's channel. I'll leave his description down below and leave it here. Eric Mandival. He is the guy that got me into YouTube. He is the one that got me into powerlifting. I wouldn't be here without Eric. So thank you so much, Eric, for joining us. Well, it's just us.
It's just us in my room.
Please comment, share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at MarvinOlex27. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, if you guys want to see another Q&A, let us know. Ask us more questions. We'd be happy to do another one later down the road. Until next time, this is Marvin and Eric, and we're out.
See ya.